unbreakable people of the bravest country. We have withstood 50 days of Russian invasion, although the invaders planned to capture Ukraine in a maximum of 5 days. That's what they think of us. This is their reality. Russia did not start the war against Ukraine on February 24th. Russian troops came to us in 2014. They captured our Crimea. They turned it into one large military base. They have made the Black and Azov Seas one of the most dangerous seas on the planet. They started a terrible, infinitely cynical war in our Donbass. They have been killing our people for 8 years. 14,000 dead during this time. How did the world respond to this? This question remained rhetorical, but that is why they decided that they could afford a full-scale war. Some are still debating the severity of the sanctions against the Russian Federation. But what is there to discuss here, when Russian troops are already repeating on our land what Europe saw only during the Second World War? 50 days of full-scale invasion of the Russian Federation have shown that Donbass is Russia's main target. It is Donbass that Russia wants to destroy in the first place. It is the Luhansk and Donetsk regions that Russian troops are destroying as if they want only stones left, and so that there are no people left at all. They are forcibly recruiting residents of these areas into their army. They throw these people into the worst battles, literally in the forehead of our troops. They are destroying the cities and villages of Donbass. They burn everything that survived the 8 years of that war.
Цих областей в свою армію. Вони кидають їх у найстрашніші бої, буквально в лоб нашій обороні. Вони руйнують міста і села Донбасу, спалюють усе, що витримало 8 років тієї війни.
For 80 years, proud and tidy Kharkiv has not seen the kind of bullying that Russia has now brought him. Why destroy it? What can be achieved by burning Kharkiv? What exactly can destruction on Saltovka or on Freedom Square give to Russia? And these are no longer rhetorical questions. This is a question of how absurd this invasion of the Russian Federation is. How suicidal it is for everything that Russia allegedly protects, for Russian culture, for ties with this people, even for the Russian language. Russia is burning all this with its weapons. Burns at least for decades to come, for generations. Ancient Chernihiv, which is more than 1,000 years old, which has seen so many wars and so many invaders that at least in the 21st century deserved peace and tranquility. But Russia came, with the worst that Chernihiv has experienced since the 10th century. Since the days of Russia, with which Russia once claimed. Now this myth is burned. Russia would not destroy itself. Strangers did it with her, hordes and other invaders. They came to our land today. And they fight in the same way, for the sake of looting and bullying.
Русь не руйнувала би себе саму. З нею це робили чужинці, ординці та інші загарбники. Ось хто прийшов сьогодні на нашу землю, і воюють вони так само заради пограбунку і заради знущань.
Thank God, the armed forces of Ukraine and our people, we defended most of our country. I remember the first day of the invasion of the Russian Federation. I remember being told on February 24th, including the strong of this world. To put it mildly, no one was sure we would survive. Everyone sympathized. Many advised to leave the country. Advised to actually surrender to tyranny. But they did not know us and did not know how brave Ukrainians are. As much as we value freedom, our ability to live the way we want, not the people who run in such a way that their army sees toilets for the first time in their lives only in the occupied territories and steals home appliances. The invaders will be responsible for everything. For everything they have done in Ukraine. For everything they did against Ukrainians. They will be responsible for Bucha, Kramatorsk, Volnovakha, Okhturka, Gostomel and Borodyanka, Izium, Mariupol and all our other beautiful cities and communities of Ukraine, which the Russian army rejected 80 years ago, at that terrible time. Everyone always said, never again. Here it is again. Here it is now. And we will do everything to make it really the last. Because the question, how to guarantee security for Ukraine and for Europe, will never be rhetorical again. We will not allow this. I am grateful to everyone who supported our state, who immediately asked how to help, who stood with us back to back and helped get what is needed to defend our state.
Ми цього не допустимо. І я вдячний кожному з тих, хто підтримав нашу державу, хто одразу запитав, чим допомогти, хто став з нами спина до спини і допоміг отримати те, що необхідно для оборони нашої держави.
This time, these 50 days have shown me in a different way many world leaders, different states. I have seen great generosity in those who are not rich themselves. I saw the extraordinary determination of those who were not taken seriously by global leaders. I have seen that in a democratic world, there really are people whose will is enough to protect freedom from the onslaught of tyranny. I saw politicians behaving as if they had no power. And I saw people who are not politicians, but have done more in these 50 days than some statesmen who have claimed leadership. But this is just an add-on, a superstructure on how all our people defend Ukraine. Those who stopped the advance of endless columns of Russian technology. Those who restrain the constant attacks in the Donbass. Those who heroically defend Mariupol, helping this defense to withstand our entire state. Those who stopped the offensive from the south and made our Kornobayevka famous. Those who drove the enemy out of the north. Those who have shown that Russian aviation is defenseless, even though Russia has spent tens of billions of dollars on various systems to protect its aircraft. Those who showed that Russian ships can only go to the bottom. Those who help the army help society find everything they need. Those who save, heal, those who teach, conduct demoning. Who provides us all with a stable connection. Those who have rebuilt supply chains for our entire country. Those who maintain financial stability, who kept the business and continue to work. Those who help migrants. Those who started sowing. Those who give Ukraine the correct information and the necessary emotions. All our journalists, all those who united for the national telethon.
Ланцюжки постачання для всієї нашої країни, ті, хто підтримує фінансову стабільність, хто зберіг бізнес і продовжив працювати, ті, хто допомагає переселенцям, ті, хто розпочав посівну, ті, хто дає Україні коректну інформацію і необхідні емоції. Усі наші журналісти, усі, хто об'єднався для загальнонаціонального телемарафону.
50 days of our defense is the achievement of millions of Ukrainians. Everyone who made the main decision in life on February 24th to fight. Be human. Do not give up and do not betray. From time immemorial to the present day, mankind has been looking for heroes. People always appreciate heroes, always support those who are brave, and always feel who is really fighting for the good. During the 50 days of this war, Ukraine became a hero for the whole free world. For those who have the courage to call a spade a spade. For those who are not poisoned by propaganda. You have all become heroes. All Ukrainians who have survived, who do not give up, who will win and who will return peace to Ukraine. I'm sure of it. I spoke today with our team, which will take part in the international sports competitions Invictus Games. Among them are veterans and servicemen who are currently defending our state. They are very worried about having to go to competitions. I assured that we will wait for their return and will support them in the competition just as sincerely. I believe that our team will be proud of it this year as well. Traditionally, as every evening, I sign decrees on awarding those who excelled in the defense of our state, 221 servicemen of the armed forces of Ukraine, including 34, posthumously, and 2 employees of the State Service for Special Communications and Protection. The title of Hero of Ukraine was awarded to Major Kukurba Oleksandr Vasilievich, Chief of Intelligence of the 299th Tactical Aviation Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. Thanks to his courageous actions, dozens of enemy vehicles and hundreds of invaders were destroyed. He also awarded those whose names cannot be named, rewarded for what is definitely good for everyone.
Олександру Васильовичу, начальнику розвідки штабу 299-ї бригади тактичної авіації Збройних сил України. Завдяки його сміливим діям знищено десятки одиниць ворожої техніки і сотні окупантів. А також нагородив тих, чиї прізвища не можна назвати, але нагородив за те, що точно корисне для всіх.
Eternal glory to all who defend the state. Eternal memory to everyone who died for Ukraine. Glory to Ukraine.
Слава Україні!